on, guys? I always like to find unique content so that I can extract some sort of lesson or some sort of give you something that'll make you realize that your problems aren't really that big. Things could always be worse. And just, the purpose of this video is to let you know that your freedom can be taken away with one stupid mistake. So what we're going to do is we're going to react to this video that's been compiled by Drillmatic 101 channel, and this series of videos is about people in Chicago, particularly, who crashed out. Crashing out means you're like a crash dummy, that they use to test the fitness of a vehicle when it's in a accident. You do something so stupid and you do something so stupid that you get arrested for it. And yeah, let's get started. This guy right here, his name is Domo. He's from a particular gang, and what happened is he actually was at a press conference with all the news media of Chicago, and he was announcing that he was suing the police department because they had shot him 2 years prior to the press conference. And right after he left the press conference, he was arrested for murder.
Fear of Chicago police and suing the city for $15 million. The next, he's arrested for murder.
I'm traumatized. I'm messed up. I can't really do nothing no more.
It certainly was an unexpected turn of events. No sooner had Dominique Greer announced he was suing Chicago police.
Wow. Now this kid right here, his name is Baby Glock. He's only 16 or something. And he did something crazy, man. What he did was, he was on an ankle monitor, an electronic monitoring bracelet, because he was either going to court or had got convicted. And, when you have an ankle monitor on, there's a GPS tracker in it, in which, the state can track your every movement. They can track your exact location. So what he did is he ordered a Lyft, a ride-sharing service. He ordered a Lyft, got into the vehicle, pretending that he needed a ride somewhere, and then he robbed the Lyft driver, took the car, and used that car to kill one of his ops, one of his rivals, a 15-year-old boy. And he did all of this while posting on Instagram and wearing the ankle monitor.
School teen with Anthony Brown held the handgun. A high school teen with a criminal history and an electronic monitoring bracelet. Police do not think he and the victim, also named Brown, are related. On Tuesday, prosecutors say Anthony Brown ordered a Lyft around 2:15. Less than a half hour later, they say he stole the car, picked up a second defendant, another 15-year-old boy, and drove northbound on South Prairie Avenue. At 3:15, Michael Brown was walking home from school. The two teens saw him and turned around. By 3:43, police located the stolen car, took both teens into custody. Michael Brown was already dead.
Alright, so this guy right here, he crashed out. He went into a convenience store, and prior to going into he was on foot, he wasn't driving. He walked to a store. Prior to going to the store, I guess he got into a fight or he got jumped. So as he's going inside the store, two teenage boys come out and say, "Hey, you're very tall. I wish I was tall like you so I can play basketball." He's very tall. He's unusually tall. So instead of just saying, "Okay, that's cool," and going into the store, he waits for these kids to leave the store and he murders them. Two completely innocent boys. And now he's spending the rest of his life in prison. And it's crazy, man.
Friend who witnessed the shooting noticed Battle had a gun in his waistband. He told his friends that, and then asked Battle about his height, saying he wished he was as tall so he could play basketball. Police say Battle followed the boys and opened fire multiple times in an alley near 79th and
Alright, so these two guys right here, they were so thirsty to kill their rival gang member. They were in a suburb called Bridgeview outside of Chicago. And when they passed by a shopping mall, a shopping strip, at this particular time it was during COVID, so DMV the Chicago DMV had some satellite locations available to make things easier, but it was COVID, so people weren't inside. They were standing in line outside the DMV and waiting for their turn to come in. These guys rode by the DMV, seen one of their ops, and they killed him while he was waiting in line at the DMV. And one of these guys actually had their 7-year-old brother in the car when they did it, you know. This guy right here, 50 shots. He was actually looking for his opposition, his rival gang members, and he spotted one coming out of an apartment complex. And he shot him in the head. But he didn't realize that the police were right there watching him. And they actually watched him commit this homicide. And when he realized the cops were right there, he ran away. The cops shot at him, and he shot back. And he got a homicide. He was charged with homicide and 2 attempted murders of the police. And he's doing the rest of his life in prison. So yeah, man, you can crash out. You know, value your freedom.